Oops. All right, so let's do an example of traversing the DOM tree with all that set up. Okay, so I have my kind of basic page here that we started working on for assignment 3, some examples of the speech synthesis. And so now we're going to change that around to walk through the DOM tree. So we talked last class about how with jQuery you have these different methods. If you have a reference to an element, then you can find its children, you can find its parent, and you can find its siblings, and also its next and previous siblings. So we're going to use those methods to start walking through the DOM. Okay, so I'm in this function here that's basically when the page loads, it's going to add a key down event handler so that when any key is pressed, it's going to start running the code that I have here. And I'm going to just start with the body of the page. So this is the jQuery selector for just starting with the body of the page. So I have the body. I'm going to say current node equal body. And let's go ahead and just see if we can get it to, console.log, the current node, and let's see what we have available to us in this current node. All right, so if I did everything right, I can go to this page, which is just the page I just had, which is the browser's version of this page. I can refresh it, make sure our new code is in there, and if I hit a key, nothing will happen. What did I do? What did I do? Oh, I don't think I saved. Oh, okay, now I saved it. What? Anyone catch my bug? I have a bug. What is that?
It's not in the hit key.
Oh, is it not in this?
The if statement is commented out.
Oh yeah, so the if statement is commented out. Actually, let me just get rid of all this because this is probably confusing. I think it should just be doing this stuff. Let me see if, so good debugging. Let's see if, all right, so this is my page. So it had, oh, I changed this to example 2. I was doing something else, that's why. All right, figured it out. Do you ever, like, whenever something like that happens, do you just think, like, why is the browser broken? Like, all right. Okay, so now I, all right, so I hit a key, and I got this reference to the body, has all this stuff in it, children node, data set, all that stuff that I expect, right? Node type, that'll actually be useful at some point, probably. All these events I can add to it. Tag name, okay, tag name equals body. So there's 2 things we really care about here. We care about the node type, which is this number. Node type is a number here. One is it's kind of a normal like DOM element, which it can be part of this tree. So let's go back to our example. I told you you'd probably want to write a function that's basically, function get next element. And so if I pass in an element, all right, so I'm going to do this, get next element, current node. All right, so I probably want to do something like node type equal element node type and tag name element tag. Is it really lowercase like that? I thought it was. Got to be careful. Sometimes my text editor tries to do. Yeah, I think it's tag name and with an uppercase. All right, so now the real question is, what do we do with a node of this type? Okay, and with that tag name. So let's just see if everything's still working. Should be able to see, oh, undefined, undefined. What? That doesn't seem good. Oh, because that's not the element. It's kind of weird. jQuery always returns an array of things. So you could potentially have like multiple bodies in here. So if we do get next element, okay, we get the first one, so the 0th one. Okay, 1 and body. All right. So if it is of node type 1, so if we have if node type equals 1, it's a regular old DOM element, and if it's a regular old DOM element somewhere in this tree, it can either, the next node, if we're kind of traversing this tree, can either be the it could be the sibling, but first, if we're doing a depth first traversal, we try to go as far down in the tree first as we can. So the first option would be its child, if it has a child. So we could say return, if, we have to see if it has a child. So if element dot children dot length greater than 0. So it's basically if it has children, then we can return dot children. So that would be the first one. So that's kind of like I have a thing to draw on, but if apply some chalk here. See, real professor. It's all blurry though. Okay, so if I have this, the first child would just, it has some children. First child just gives me this, right? It could be though that this node is actually, not the body. It's maybe here. And if there's no children, then the next node would be its sibling. If there's no sibling, then we have to go back up the tree, and so it might be its parent. Okay. So let's just see if this works, because this body element that we have should have a child, and so if we do this, let's go ahead and log next node. Let's see if that uncaught. Oh no, element.children. Okay, so what I think I forgot to do was to wrap this back in jQuery world. So let's see if that now works. Okay. Element is not defined. Example 23. Oh yeah, okay, that's because that's not an actual variable. I called it elem, not, oh, and this is going to have the same problem, so I'll go ahead and put the, what do you think? Is it going to run now? Yeah, maybe? All right, let's see. Woohoo! Okay, so it returned this thing, this div. So presumably, you go up here, this div is the first child of the body node, right? All right, so what other things could we have? Well, we could, if we keep calling this, right? If we keep calling this, then eventually we'll get down to where there's no more children, right? Except before that, we're going to get to a point where there's going to be a child, but the child is not going to be an element. So it'll be a kind of node that doesn't have children of its own, and that will be a text. It'll be like a text type node element. So it'll be if node type equals 3. These are just kind of, there's no reason you should know that it's node type 3. Then it's actually the kind of the bottom, and that might be something we would want to read. We could decide either to read it there, or we could maybe make a different kind of decision, right? So the question is, for each node we have to make a decision of, do we read that node? Do we say something for that node? And if we do, then we have to speak it. And then after we do that, we need to find wherever we go next, right? And so if so that's where these other functions come in, right? So we would need to know, does this node speak? And what does it say? And play current node, and get the next one. All right, so we started with body. We got to our next node, at least our next child. So let's see what happens if we let's see if we can do something kind of fancy. Let's I believe this still has a big red border. Okay, let's go through these in order and see what happens if we just keep calling get next node and what it will do. So I'm going to use a set interval. So what this is going to do is every 4,000 milliseconds, it's going to get next element, and it's going to do that based on whatever the current node is. Current node, say null to start, make our current node, oh, I already have that, I'll make it like a current node equal, all right, so now with this, it's just going to be our current node, like this kind of global current node, is going to be we started off just with body, which is like the head of our tree, right? And then we're going to call get next node, or get next element. Actually, let's not do, okay, all right. Reframing this as we go. Clearly, I'm going to have to go over this on Thursday. Who knows, we might even have another extension, but let's see. So every 4 seconds, we're going to call get next element with whatever the current node is, right? We're going to, for whatever that next element is, we're going to add this class, add class big red border. And actually, we're probably going to want to take that away from all the others, right? So big red border, remove class from big red border. Okay, so we're going to take it away. And then, okay, so every 4 seconds we're going to call this, and then we're going to set the current node equal next. Yep. Dot big red border means all the elements on the page that have the class big red border. So select all of those and then remove the class from all those. Yeah. Oh, set. Thank you. Good. Someone's paying. That's great. Okay. All right. So then, what we should see. Now this will explode. Anyone know where it explodes? It will explode. Well, probably for multiple reasons, but. Yeah, it's gonna go boom, 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 and then like that, right? It'll be great. All right, let's see if that. I mean, if that happens, that's great though, because that means it does what we think it should do. All right, so it should kind of start with the body and then kind of narrow in child by child until it has no child. You want to happen faster? It's kind of, I think there's more suspense. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Oops. Next node. Where's that? Next node. Oh, wait. 19. Oh, I see. It's not there anymore. Okay, that's fine. And it's just error forever because every 4 seconds it's gonna have an error. Okay, so that was just leftover. Waiting 4 seconds. Come on. I didn't do anything. What's happening? It's better. We better log what's happening. Here. You're right. We better make it faster. Class is almost over. Did I do something else wrong with set? It's not calling it at all. Well, it should call it. See, this is the big fail video that I've been trying to create for the challenge. All right. Set interval. Yeah, see, it almost works. All right. You can see my masterful debugging technique here. If that, oh, I know. Oh, yeah, okay. I think I didn't press a key because I still have it in the. What? It's not even there anymore. I think. Here. Okay, so now look at that. Every second. Yes, that part works. We're almost there. This is like really close to being there. All right, so now I'm gonna add these in. This will not work yet, but it'll be still fun. Cannot read property add class of undefined. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So this probably also needs to be. Need to do that. I think. Undefined. Undefined. I don't know what it's doing. What's undefined? Ah. All right. Oh, this. Okay. All right. Now why? Let's print out this next element. It's not even there. Oh, undefined. That is undefined. How is that undefined? What's that? I have return. Oh, it could be. But it should be node type 1. No? Okay. That's undefined, which is not good. Null and undefined are different, so let's try that. Oh, it's null. They made it. Oh yeah, because everything. Oh wow, weird. That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. Current node is this. Oh, okay. All right. There we go. I think it's going to work now. Who thinks it's going to work? No confidence? Woohoo! Did something. Look at that. There's a big red border. Or blue. This was, I think we decided we were going to make it blue at some point. Anyway. Okay. Let's see if this has any chance of working. All right, last thing, and then we'll go through a full example on Thursday. And it exploded. But for a while there, didn't it seem like it was gonna? This is great. Okay, so we will continue with this example on Thursday. It will be amazing. Mini explosions.